Hey everyone, for today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 money saving tips. These are tips that I myself use every single day, and whether you're trying to save up for that luxury handbag or a new car, a home, or just saving in general, I think all these tips will help everybody. So let's start out with tip number 1, which is to have 2 bank accounts. Now, what I do is with my paychecks, I get them directly deposited. Half of my paycheck goes in one bank and the other half goes in the other bank. Now, the one bank I use for all bills and shopping, like grocery shopping, electric bill, all that stuff. And then my other bank is just purely rent. Now, I find that that's a lot easier than what some people do, which with one paycheck you pay all bills and, whatever else. And then the next paycheck that you get 2 weeks later, you use that just for rent. And I like dividing my rent in half per paycheck because for me, when I go to the store and I need to get groceries or, some other bills are due or whichever, my rent is already put to the side. So I don't have to worry about, if I go to the store and, oh, I gotta, watch my spending because my rent's due. So I find that that's a lot easier to do it that way, and I've been doing that for years, and it helps me to be able to save a lot more money because with my one bank account that has just my extra money in it, not my rent bank account, but that bank account, after I do all my shopping, then whatever's left is what I have for the next 2 weeks, which usually is about $200 to $300. So with that, I can do a little shopping or I can save some money. So for me, it's so much easier to do it that way. So tip number 2 is utilize all your cashback options. There's Rakuten, which used to be Ebates. There's the Honey app, and then also all the cashback rewards on credit cards. And I have a credit card that is 5% cashback in different categories each quarter, and some of those categories are gas stations, restaurants, grocery stores, things that everybody already does and goes to anyway. So why not earn, an extra 5% cash back on top of that? And then at the end of the year, all the cash back that you've earned, you can use it towards Christmas. And that's what also I've been doing for years too, is all the cash back I've earned throughout the year. It's kind of like a little mini savings account without me really saving or really paying attention or noticing it. And then around Christmas time, there's times that I've had close to $1,000 to spend on Christmas, and that can be used for gifts or, activities you want to do, food, so it helps a lot, especially when you're saving without really knowing it versus Christmas gets here and it's like, oh, I got all these things to do. Everybody's stressed out, probably because of money. And, but for you, if you follow these tips, you will have that money sitting there already, just waiting for that time of the year. So I think also in my Rakuten cashback, the lifetime, I think I've saved a little over $1,000, and I've been using Rakuten for like maybe 2 to 3 years now. And you might only get 1% cash back on a shopping trip, but I mean that's $1 on $100, but that's an extra dollar you didn't have, and all of that adds up. Like I just got a check in the mail for $30, but that was $30 that I didn't have before. And I know Honey is instant savings, so you can't really save there. You can save at the time, but you can't wait till the end of the year, save up for that. But you can with Rakuten. You can also, instead of getting a check in the mail, you can redeem what you have for gift cards if that's what you prefer. And as far as like actual credit cards go, is yes, that I wait till the very end of the year too. And that brings me to tip number 3, which is sell items that you're no longer using. There's handbags, shoes, clothes. I have handbags with tags still on them, shoes I've worn maybe once or twice, and I might only sell a t-shirt for say $5-10, a pair of shoes for $15, but over time that adds up. So what I do is I sell all my stuff on Poshmark, and you can also use eBay and sell. It doesn't have to be just, clothes and accessories. You can sell electronics, you can sell home decor. There's so many different categories that you can sell. So what I do is I use Poshmark and eBay, and then again at the end of the year I cash out my PayPal, use it for Christmas, and then my Poshmark, whatever I've sold throughout the year through Poshmark, I also cash that out in December too. And in Poshmark, I've been doing Poshmark for also about 2 or 3 years, and my lifetime earnings in Poshmark is like $600. And I really don't sell that much on there. I have some clothes and a couple bags, some shoes, over time I've had a little bit more, but it hasn't been that much. But $600 is a lot. And I just have clothes and bags just sitting in my closet collecting dust. So I'd rather, I mean, if you went out and bought a handbag, like say a Michael Kors handbag for $150 and you try to resell it, you're not going to get that $150 back, even with the tags on it and all the papers and everything. But would you rather that bag be sitting in your closet unused collecting dust, or would you rather sell it for maybe $100? I would rather sell that handbag and make extra space for just some extra space to have, or space for other things that I might love. So really, and there's so many selling apps, and you can choose whatever is best for you, but I just find for me Poshmark and eBay are the easiest ones. So the next tip number 4, is you don't always have to go with name brand. You can buy stuff generic. Some stuff now, like there are things that you don't want to go cheap on. Like for me, tinfoil, I'll only buy the Reynolds Wrap tinfoil because I've bought in the generic tinfoil, and to me it's just thinner and not as durable, so I'll buy the name brand of that. But when it comes to food, especially like peanut butter, breads, eggs, even cereals, a lot of that stuff you can get away with buying generic. And what I've done actually is peanut butter, for example. If you take, say, the Walmart brand of peanut butter and then Jiffy or Peter Pan or whichever peanut butter that you prefer, if you compare the ingredients on the back of each item, a lot of them match up. There might be like 1 or 2 different ingredients, or one might be missing or whatever, but a lot of that stuff is almost identical. And that's the case with a lot of stuff. I mean, like peanut butter is peanut butter, bread is bread, eggs are eggs, cottage cheese, all that stuff you can get away with buying generic. And at that moment when you're grocery shopping, you might only save a couple dollars depending on, how big your family is and stuff. But again, over time, that can save so much money, especially if you're doing that for years. That can save a lot of money. And my final tip number 5, is don't ever forget about Dollar Tree. I have forgotten about Dollar Tree for the past, I don't even know how many years. And one day, I decided to walk in there and just to waste some time. And I was so surprised at all the stuff that they have. And for me, because I live alone, I also found mini versions of things. And I thought that was so cool because, like, for example, there was like a salad kit. And at the store, I can buy the same thing at the store, but it's the bigger, like, normal size version. But if I make it, I'm not going to sit there and eat it all because, it's I think there's like 4 or 5 servings in that kit. But at Dollar Tree, I can get the mini version for just myself and make, 1 or 2 meals out of it. And there's, ketchup, mustard, they have all that stuff, but the mini are not, it's not like really mini, but it's, a smaller version. And for me, living by myself, and I'm sure some of you guys also live by yourself, that stuff is perfect. Because I hate buying things that I know I'll use, but not very often. And I hate it when I buy food and it expires before I can use it all. I hate doing that. But if I can buy some of my stuff at Dollar Tree, I don't have to worry about that. And, it's not just food. They have so many other things. I was so surprised to see, like, deodorant, toothpaste, you know, all this stuff. I mean, it is a lot of it, if not all of it, is the smaller versions. But again, for me by myself, that's okay. And, you know, especially some of the, at Walmart, the travel area, the little mini area, some of that stuff is like $2 or $3. You can go to or Dollar Tree and get it for one. So, you know, especially if you're wanting to travel too, if you travel a lot, always check out Dollar Tree because you can get all the essentials you need for $1 a piece versus $2 to $3 a piece. And I remember there was this one year, my mom was over here around Christmas time. We were both wrapping presents and stuff, and she had this one wrapping paper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Where did she get that? She's like, Dollar Tree. I'm like, seriously? I forget about Dollar Tree all the time. And she's like, I never do. You know, I go there all the time, and I get this, this, and this, and I've saved so much money doing that, and there, you know, birthday cards and gift bags, you know, stuff like that. I realized one year, I think it was around Christmas time too, I went out to the store, I bought, you know, my gift bags and wrapping paper, tissue paper, all that stuff. And when I got home, I was sitting here and, you know, whatever, I was unloading it all. And then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I forgot about Dollar Tree. You know, those $3 gift bags that I spent on, I could have got 3 of them for $1 a piece. And I forgot about it. I always forget about Dollar Tree. Well, used to, not anymore. You know, the past few months now, I think, from when the first time it was that I, you know, remembered it and I decided to just walk in there one day. Ever since then, if I need something and I ran out, I always think, Dollar Tree has it? Does Dollar Tree have it? And I go there and check, and if they do, great. If they don't, then I can, you know, go buy it elsewhere. But yeah, I never forget about Dollar Tree anymore because that's just, it saves you so much money. So that concludes all my 5 tips. Hopefully some of you guys can learn from these, and hopefully some of these helped some of you guys out. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.